I'll never forget what my guru, an older gentleman, once told me earlier in my career. He said, "David, I've known a lot of very successful people, and of them, 90% of them did it through hard work, and only 10% actually had talent." Now, at the time I was too young to really understand that, but now fast forward 10 years later, having worked alongside some of the most wildly successful people in the world, either through my experiences at Google or otherwise, the formula now is just so crystal clear to me. All of achievement comes through hard work. In fact, the two are just so directly correlated. Everyone I know who's successful works very hard. Do I know anyone who works very hard yet who is not successful? Honestly, I struggle to think of anyone. But let's be clear here. There's working hard and then there's working hard. And a lot of people don't know what it actually means to really work hard. Let me tell you what I learned from some of the best in the industry. Now, a lot of people think that working long hours means you're working hard, but that's not true at all. If you're on autopilot the whole time, there's no hard work involved there. How much of your time are you actually spending stretching your mind creatively or analytically or just honestly solving tough problems that no Google search can solve? That's working hard. Time spent stretching your mind. And I mean really stretching. You know, when you physically stretch properly, it's not exactly the most comfortable experience. Same when you stretch your mind mentally. There's nothing comfortable or easy about it. And too many of us get too used to being in our comfort zone mentally, and some of us might even stay there our entire lives. If you spend just 20 hours a week working hard like this, you're going to be a superstar. You're working harder than 80% of your peers already. Now, if you spend 40 hours a week working hard like this, then I guarantee you're going to be world class. Let me give you a quick math formula that I think about quite often. Take the number 1.01, put it to the power of 365. That equation comes out to about 38, meaning if you improve yourself by 1% every day for a year, you're going to be 38 times better than someone who's on autopilot. Not 38% better, 38 times better. Now imagine you do this not for 1 year, but for your entire career. The math is nearly unbelievable. But that's how you create what they call a 10x engineer, or 10x whatever industry you're in. And when you reach those levels of achievement, you can increase your pay by 10x if not more. You might be thinking that formula doesn't apply to you because of whatever reason XYZ, but that attitude will hold you back your entire life. Let me give you some real examples of how I've seen people in the lowest of jobs 10x themselves and how you can do it too. Being in the Salesforce industry, I've worked with a lot of customer service agents. These are people making minimum wage, if not slightly more. And to be honest, this is probably the lowest level of job position you can hold, and there is no real career path forward. But some customer service agents I know have grown to become product managers. If you don't know what a product manager is, it's basically the most respected position in tech. Even above that, say, a distinguished engineer, and honestly above anything I've personally achieved in my career. These are people making $500K a year or more, which is easily 10x their salary they were making when they were customer service agents. And they did it by stretching their mind, really in many different ways. Let me give you some real examples. For one, you're working with people all the time, usually some pretty wound up people. Now, there are certain communication techniques that you can learn to improve how you interact with people. A simple example might be using the word and instead of but. A more complicated example might be proactively answering questions that have not yet been asked. Now, these are skills that you have to stretch your mind to learn and to master. And today, while you might just be applying it to a customer, tomorrow you might apply it to your manager, your director, or your VP. Here's another example on the technical side. As a customer support agent, you're working with tools all the time, Salesforce, Excel, or whatever. Some of these 10x support agents will proactively recommend improvements to the tool. I'm not talking about simple suggestions here and there. I'm talking about these well thought out suggestions that take into account multiple perspectives, including that of other support agents, managers, and even technical complexity. Some of these agents will even take it so far as to learn the technology themselves so they can attempt to implement it. These are people who are just really stretching their minds. Next could be at the product level. Who knows better how to improve a product than someone who's listening to product problems all day? You know, have at it. Those are just some examples of how people in the lowest of positions can rise up to the top. Note that it often requires you to do things outside of your job description. I think for you, in whatever industry you're in, if you thought long and hard enough about it, you'd find these opportunities too. Here's my one tip for you on how to get started on your golden path. In everything you do at work, do it 2% better. And I mean everything. Are you sending an email? Well, make it 2% easier to read. Are you attending a meeting? Well, come to the meeting 2% more prepared. Are you solving a technical challenge? Well, solve it 2% better, maybe 2% more efficiently, or 2% better scale. I don't care if you're a call center agent, a receptionist, or a stay-at-home mom with 3 kids. Go 2% across the board. Think about the formula I mentioned earlier, and soon this will all become habit for you. And just as it is when you're investing money, you'll start getting compounding interest. Except this time it's not money, it's even better, it's you. Thank you all for watching. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. To all you tech dreamers out there, go get it.